Hoy en día digo, vamos a guerrearla, vamos a pelearla. Y vamos a hacer un solo ejército, muchachos. Las autodefensas desde el Putumayo hasta la Guajira.
Donde me indicaron que yo era auxiliar de la guerrilla y que yo oído de los paramilitares, entonces ya hubo una amenaza directa contra mí, pues que solamente esperaban pues que verme para eliminarme.
Yo donde he vivido, donde el pueblo he vivido, tengo comprobancia del pueblo, que nosotros somos unos desplazados forzados en los sacaron de su tierra. No tenemos necesidad de tener una vida así, como nos están acabando aquí como gallinas.
Porque no quiero que estas tierras sean verdaderamente para que venga el capitalismo, el terrateniente, venga el hombre de allá y se haga de ellos.
Es difícil porque antes era los palmeros frente a las comunidades, ahora las comunidades frente a los palmeros, aliados con el gobierno, aliados con el paramilitarismo.
Three hours outside the city of Medellin, the Pan-American Highway winds up to Marmato. The town sits on El Burro Mountain, part of an historic gold mining district, where the hunt for this precious metal dates back to 500 BC. The conquistadors mined here, and in the 1800s, Cornish immigrants traveled here to dig for gold. Today, it's a Canadian company.
I mean, there are government pressures, if you want to call them that way, that can help out, etc. I mean, we can negotiate, we can compensate them with basically our checkbook. I don't want to sound prepotent or arrogant, but I mean, it ends up being a matter of money, basically. I mean, also history and a lot of things, but basically money.
Juan Carlos Santos is the corporate manager for the Canadian company Maduro, and a relative of Colombian President Juan Manuel Santos. He explained to us how the company was buying up all the mines in Marmato for an open pit, and their plan for environmental restoration when they're done.
And simply the company pulls out the checkbook and tells everybody, okay, so there are 30 families here in this place? Okay, how much does each family want?
Maduro acknowledges that past relocation efforts by other companies were unpopular and opposed by local authorities. But the company believes it will be the one to finally relocate this town.
What if they don't want compensation? What if they just want to live on the mountain?
Well, that would be a huge problem. In Spanish, there's a famous phrase that's called el bien común prima sobre el bien privado, which is the common rights are always on top of private rights. So I mean, when a country like Colombia needs to exploit areas and our country is full of indigenous and Afro-Colombian people, we sometimes have to think in the big picture.
Why? Because they prefer that it be kept secret. They prefer to help out the powerful interests, the big oil and gas companies, the mining companies, to whom they give tax reductions and subsidies and benefits all the time. And they would prefer that a trade agreement could go ahead so as to benefit these companies. And they wrap it up all in the language of economic development. Well, if that means millions of people are removed from their land, if that means that large corporations move in and set up plantations where communities used to be, and indigenous peoples used to be able to live, then we want no part of that kind of so-called economic development. That's economic exploitation. That's what that is.